Okay, let's try to understand electric iron. You might have seen this iron. I have just taken it from very old sources. It is a handle, you can see, which is made of wooden, sometimes of ebonite. Since it's very old, mostly it was made up of wood. Then we have iron case, which consists of your heating element, pressure plate, and other things. And down we have the base plate. Okay, this is for watching how it was earlier. Let's go ahead. You see different parts of electric iron. First part you can see handle, which has some nuts and bolts. Then we have pressure plate. Okay, this is the pressure plate which has two holes at the center, and down there we have base plate. These two holes will be will go this hole and this will go into this. Okay, that is how it is designed. And then you can see down we have the heating element, which is bounded on the mica sheet, you can see here. This is the bounded on mica sheet, both the sides. Okay, and then finally we have iron cover, which will cover all these parts. Working principle: when electric current passes through heating element, it gets heated up due to heating effects of current, which is well known as a Joule's effect. The amount of heat produced is directly proportional to the square of the current. You can see square of the current, resistance of the conductor or the element R, and the time for which current passed through the heating element. This heat is used to press the cloth. Okay, that is the principle. You can use it. The electric iron are of two types. One is non-automatic iron, which is also called as ordinary, and the automatic electric iron. First one, we'll study about the non-automatic electric iron. Construction: it consists of following parts: sole, that is called a base plate or sole plate; heating element, which is made of nichrome; third is pressure plate, which is also called as a weight plate; iron case. Okay, then we have handle, insulating material. Okay, normally porcelain plates are used, or some other insulating material; iron supports, okay, terminal housing, and the indicating lamp. These are the few parts of your non-automatic, that is ordinary electric iron. Let's try to understand first part: base plate, or also you can say sole plate. It is a thick solid plate. It is heavy and decides the weight of the iron. It is chrome or steel plated. It is a chrome or steel plated. It is smooth and highly polished so that it does not get rust or does not rust even when it comes in contact with the wet cloth. Okay, that is the base plate. We'll see how it looks like ahead. Heating element: it is made of nichrome strip wounded on the mica piece and insulated to mica sheet on the both the sides. Okay, first the wire will be taken and wounded on the mica sheet. Thereafter again both sides, top and bottom side, it will be covered by the mica sheet. Okay, it is kept insulated between the base plate along with the asbestos sheet for proper alignment. Asbestos is also used from the top side of heating element for the proper alignment. Okay, let's go ahead. Pressure plate or weight plate, you can say. It is made of cast iron and kept over the heating element. See, first you get sole plate, over it you are going to keep the heating element with the wounded on mica sheet, covered both the side with some asbestos sheet. Now we are going to pressure plate or weight plate. It is above all this, so that it fits all the heating elements properly. It is made of cast iron over the element and full contact with the base or sole plate fitting so that maximum heat is transferred to the base plate. So the heat should not come above, but shall goes to the pressure your base plate. That is why the pressure plate is used. Iron case: it is generally chromium or the steel plated to avoid rusting and is used to cover all the fittings like heating element, pressure plate, etc. Handle: it is made up of wood or ebonite. Okay, it's made of wood or ebonite fitted with iron strip, is used over the iron case. Behold, to use the electric iron, we have seen in the first diagram the two holes etc passes through all this and we fit all this. Okay, let's go ahead. Insulating material: other insulating materials such as porcelain cleats, beads, and asbestos sheets are used to insulate conductive parts of electric iron for purpose of avoiding shock to the operator. Okay, let's go ahead. Iron support: with the made up of iron rod fitted with the base plate in V shape is used to support the irons. Terminal housing: terminals are fitted with the nuts with the iron case and insulated with the porcelain plates on the both the side of iron case. Okay, so that they don't get shorted. Okay, the ends of fitting elements are connected with the terminal housing to connect to the supplies. So porcelain plates play very important role. Sometimes sleeves also used, but porcelain plates are best to use here. You can see this is the handle, another way of showing it. Handle which you need to draw for your notebooks and understand. Even for exam, handle, pressure plate, then we have base plate and the heating element with the mica sheet. Okay, this is the mica sheet which mounted on it. Then iron cover to cover all these parts. Go ahead. That was all about the your non-automatic electric iron. Now we'll try to discuss about the electric iron. Electric iron which are automatic looks to be better. Nowadays we buy mostly this, except some laundry people use the non-automatic. They looks very pretty good. First one you can see is a cordless. You don't have to carry the cord while doing ironing, but this is a with a cord. Okay, let's go ahead. Automatic electric iron. The parts of automatic iron in addition to the ordinary iron in nature are thermostat, that is also called as bimetallic strip, heat control knob and the indicator. Apart from this, see all those parts what we have for ordinary electric iron, same parts will be there for the automatic iron. In addition to that, there will be a thermostat or bimetallic strip to control the temperature, heat control knob to select the whatever heat you require, and the indicator showing whether it is heating or not heating, etc. Okay, let's go ahead. When bimetallic strip is heated sufficiently, it will bend, thus opening the contact. The circuit will be open now, right? And when heat becomes less, the strip will come back to original position and makes the contact with the strip, thus closing circuit. Now again circuit is closed. If circuit is closed, again heating will take place. Once heating, again the your bimetallic plate will bend, again it will circuit will open, again cooling will takes place, it will come back to original position again. Once come back to original position, again heating takes place. Okay, this is repeated again and again to maintain the constant temperature. So you are safe, you cannot go above high temperature, but constant temperature will be kept. That means if you select for the silk, the temperature will be kept only at 6 position. If you kept here, or sometime we keep the temperature 2, 3, whatever you kept, it will remain that one, it will not go above the temperature. Attachment of knob is directly touching the upper strip of the thermostat to set desired temperature. Okay, whatever temperature required, silk, cotton, wool, or linen, cotton, etc. Okay, turn the knob clockwise to raise and anti-clockwise to decrease the temperature level. Okay, that's how knob helps you to set the temperature. You can see the two knobs are shown here. It could be like lino, cotton, okay, then a nylon or wool, etc. Or you can sometimes you can see the left hand side can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also, and sometimes they give degrees Celsius also. Sometimes you get degrees like 30 degree, 40 degree, 50. From there also you can select. Okay, but mostly we find this one which is written nylon, silk, cotton, etc. Okay. Let's go ahead. You can see this is the thermostat drawing which you need to draw also. If you see this is a thermostat, okay, start from this, you have phase and neutral here which is connected to the indicating lamp, and it go to the heating element to here. This is a bimetallic strip, okay, which is connected. If you see connected, one end is connected here and other end is connected this is the your contact points. Suppose while heating is sufficiently heated up, if you see the bimetallic strip that is with the blue and yellow color, the upper strip blue color will bend. Once bend, so it will go up high. While going high, when going bend like this, if this blue strip, this will take this up. Once take this, you see this contact also be taken up. Once the contacts go up, it become open circuits and no more heating can take place. Okay, so control is temperature is control. Once cool down, this plate cool down, go back again, the circuit will be closed, again the heating takes place. This is how things goes repeating. This is how we, okay, let's go ahead. Well, we'll see the one video here about understanding how thermostat works. Let's go ahead. You can see as we move the knob, you can see down arrow, there is a thermostat connecting points gets closed and open. Now we increase the temperature. Let's see what happens to contact. See, it's open now. Now once cool down, again is get connected. See, it is connected now. Now if you increase little temperature, you can move, see this open and close, it go on continuously happening. Now we'll increase little temperature more, see, tightening it. So now it will open circuit after little time, that means more heat. You can see it's open now. Now it's going to cool down and close, so the heating begins. See, it's closed down. Okay, so that will repeat. Open, cool down, see, it's closed, again heating will take place. Okay, see, open, now no heating, Now we increase little more temperature. So let's see, it will take some more time to get open. So more it is open. Now it will cool after some time. Again it will go back to closer case. So this thing will repeat. You can observe throughout the video. As you increase the temperature, it takes longer time for heating and closing. Let's see. Precautions. See, you have to take precaution while using the electric iron. First one we'll take while using it, while when actually using to iron the or press the cloths. Let's take one by one. Always use 3 core cables, and green wire must be used for earthing purpose. Do not overheat the iron because it removes the nickel plating of the base plate. Okay, so your ironing won't be smooth, and you won't sometimes get a rusting also because of that. Take care that wire should not come under the hot iron, otherwise the wire can get damaged and lots of things can happen. Keep away from children when on or hot. Okay, they may get damage the parts of body. Take care that water does not enter terminal housing while spraying. Okay, you may use the automatic sprayer or you may spray externally. In either case, the water should not enter into the terminal housing, otherwise there's chances of short circuit. Put off the supply when iron is not in use. Why? To waste electricity, and why? To damage the nickel coating. When overheating, nickel coating of the base plate may go. Do not touch the base when hot. If you touch the hot, you will harm your parts of the body. In automatic iron, set the correct heating temperature as per the clothes to be ironed. So if you are going to press the cotton cloth, then make sure that you set it for cotton. If you are cotton, if you are set for silk, the cloth won't get pressed. Okay, or sometimes when you want to iron the silk cloth, if you keep it for cotton, it is temperature is very high and silk cloth can get damaged. Okay, can burn out. So take care that you set the correct temperature. While repairing, we'll take one by one. If you're not sure of it's working, always check its series lamp test, because you're not used for many times. First time somebody give one, you want to check. So what you do, you want to repair it, make sure that it is whether it is a short circuit or there's open circuit or the leakage or any other earthing is not provided, etc. Okay, so check its series lamp test. Second point, surface of the pressure plate and the base plate should be smooth. If not, use a sandpaper. If it's not smooth, you can damage while pressing, it can damage the clothes. Okay, and also this your pressing won't be smooth. Fitting should be tight enough, otherwise it can damage other parts. Do not make loose fitting of the pressure plate, otherwise you will damage the heating elements. Put off the supply while dismantling and reassembling the iron, very important, otherwise there are chances of getting electric shock. Okay, that's about electric iron. Thank you very much.